Hey, welcome back, Rankers. I want to talk to you today about a thing called non-technical SEO. But before I get onto that, just quickly, this show's been going for 13 years, and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, the easiest way to do it is to go to my channel, youtube.com/JimBoot, and just click on the subscribe button there at the top of the page. So if you're watching this on an embedded video somewhere, you can actually just click on the video itself and it will take you to YouTube. So you just click there, bang, you're on YouTube. And then you can subscribe. Now, non-technical SEO. I'd only heard of this phrase in the last probably 12 to 18 months, something like that. And you can see here, this is the technical SEO. And I'd never said technical SEO because to me it seemed redundant because SEO by definition to me is technical. And so I didn't understand what this non-technical SEO that I was hearing about. And a couple of years ago, I think it was probably about here actually, someone came out and said you don't need to do technical SEO, which is that even further confused me. So I asked the question during the week, last week, of what is non-technical SEO? And we got a bunch of responses. And they're really quite interesting. Nathan was funny, Brendan was funny. Most people were pretty funny, actually. Then we got some serious answers. One from Dan there, thank you. Josh had a go at SEO salespeople. Michelle, from Canada or Washington? I'm not sure. She might be Washington State or Canada. I'm not sorry. Sorry, Michelle. It says here, putting your human visitors before worrying about the gods of Google. I like that. I don't know whether I'd call that non-technical SEO, but if you are a brand manager, if you're a product manager, if you're a business owner, when people are talking about non-technical SEO, this is the sort of thing that they're talking about. So it confused me for a while as well. Judith from the UK, she was funny. Miles was basically saying, anything that sort of involves doing anything that could be construed as SEO that doesn't require anything technical. Well, that's a big one too. So if you're in this space and someone you're looking for skills or whatever, and people start talking about non-technical SEO, from what I can gather, and and Brett Tabke from PubCon has said it's link building, but he said, look, and I like Brett's comment on it. He said, look, we get something new every year. Brett runs the PubCon that's been going for years and years and years, and he says every year, we get a new phrase coming out or whatever, but it seems to be a lot of people talking about non-technical SEO, and I think it could be confusing to business owners, brand managers, product managers, that sort of thing. So for me, what they're talking about, or what people mean when they're talking about non-technical SEO, is actually marketing, okay? Because if we have a look at the definition of marketing, and this is just a couple of different definitions, the action or business of promoting and selling products and or services, including market research and advertising. That's one definition. That's just a Google definition. And then we've got Wikipedia, which says the American Marketing Association has defined marketing as the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners and society at large. Wow, that's a big call for marketing. But when you think about it, and a lot of the non-technical SEO things were about content, people were talking about a lot. Some, Virginia, I think, mentioned titles and those sorts of things. But still, if you're in changing titles, to me, it's not really non-technical if you're a non-technical person. Because if you're a non-technical person and someone says, can you go and change the titles of this post? It's like, what? So for me, things like that are semi-technical. I mean, I know they're not very technical, but you couldn't ask a non-technical person to go and do that if they didn't know what they were doing. However, things like backlinking, right? And that was one of the ones, and you saw Brett mention that there. that is a marketing exercise. And I don't mean, because what are you doing? You're trying, if you're doing, well, there's two types of backlinking. And this is why I think you should be doing your backlinking as a marketing exercise, not as an SEO exercise. Because what are you going to do if you're doing marketing backlinking? You're probably going to be doing press releases. You're probably going to be trying to get guest posts on bloggers' sites or whatever, or you might be doing, a cross promotion with a blogger's site or something like that. But it's a marketing exercise. So if you look at backlinking as a marketing exercise, but backlinking is simply a product of the marketing that you're doing. So the press releases, the trying to get into the media, stories on other sites, all those sorts of things, Facebook, getting backlinks from there. All of those things tend to be a marketing exercise, and they tend to fall into this area of the promotion. Okay, so other things that came into the non-technical was creation of content. Well, once again, that's a marketing exercise. Okay, so although we try to get most of our clients to think about content and create their own content, they simply don't have the time. So we have to do a lot of that for them. But essentially, it is a marketing exercise. If you're publishing something, that's essentially a marketing exercise. You're getting your brand out there. We used to have content marketing. It's just really marketing. Like, if you had your own magazine, which is essentially your own website, if you like, and it had circulation of, let's just say you get 50,000 people hitting your site a month. Well, let's just say you had a magazine that had 50,000 subscribers a month. You'd be concentrating on getting good content into that magazine. Well, your website is no different. So these things are marketing exercises. So I think it's just important to understand, because our industry is such a, there's something new every day, right? Because Google's changing the algorithm every day, and there's new things that are happening every day. And I just thought it was important to understand some of the terminology that you might hear out there. And if you don't understand what people are talking about with non-technical SEO, because I didn't, I had to ask. And it seems, though, that it is what you would normally describe as a marketing exercise. So when you're thinking about things like backlinking and content, don't think about them as SEO exercises. Start thinking about them as marketing exercises. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. Bye.